Menopausal and perimenopausal women, listen up. It's time to take control of your health and comfort, and Winona is here to help. Winona is a telemedicine company for menopause care who believes that your symptoms are real, important, and deserve to be taken seriously. And for many women, this starts with hormone replacement therapy. Winona's HRT is made with plant-based, bioidentical hormones rather than synthetic ones, so it better aligns with your body to offer relief from hot flashes, weight gain, and other uncomfortable symptoms. 80% of women who use Winona find relief within just 90 days. So, what are you waiting for? Get started today. Visit buywinona.com today to start your free visit. With free shipping and the ability to pause or cancel at any time, your path to wellness has zero obligations. Use code SPRING24 at buywinona.com for 25% off your first treatment plan. That's BYWINONA.com for 25% off. Winona. Menopause care made easy. Summer is the season of hot temperatures, outdoor adventures, and refreshing water activities. Summer is also the season of rough on your feet, causing dry, cracked heels and toes. Introducing Babyfoot, the original exfoliation foot peel that contains 16 natural extracts formulated to remove dead skin cells in 3 easy steps. Apply the booties, relax for an hour, then wash your feet. In 14 days, you've got baby smooth skin and your feet have never been softer. Letting dead skin cells build up over time is hazardous to your foot health. Our professional-grade DIY products, like our original exfoliation foot peel, our men's foot peel, or our moisturizing mask, are some of the best foot care products on the market, created with your foot health in mind. Pamper yourself with a spa day from the comfort and convenience of your own home with Babyfoot. If you want a chemical-free, easy-to-use exfoliating process from the company that created the original foot peel, it's time to treat yourself to Babyfoot. Go to babyfoot.com and use the code SUMMERFEET24 and get 20% off your first order with Babyfoot. That's babyfoot.com and use the code SUMMERFEET24.
Hello, and welcome to Too Stupid to Live, a podcast that reviews romance novels $5 and under. I'm your host, Becky Feldman, and after a month-long hiatus, it is so good to be back right in time for Valentine's Day. Guys, I read just so many dirty books over this month. I had no one to talk about them with. So with today's episode, I'm talking to not one, but two people, a lovely couple that I met in the storytelling circuit out here in Los Angeles, Emerson and Stephanie Dameron. And we are reviewing the Western romance Beauty and the Bounty Hunter by Lori Austin, which is currently $2.99. So today's episode of TSTL is sponsored by The Best Women's Erotica of the Year, Volume 5, edited by Rachel Kramer Bussell and published by Cleus Press. And so, listen, I am so excited about the theme of this anthology because it's outrageous. And I just got to get my previous guest, Courtney Davis, back on to review some of these stories because it is right up our alley. So this volume features 21 brand new sexy erotica and erotic stories by authors including podcast fave and Becky Feldman fave, Sierra Simone, C.D. Reese, Sabrina Soule, Caridad Pinheiro, Bali Kaur Jaswal, Justine Elliott, Alexa J. Day, Jane Renault, and more. You will be swept away by the sexiest business deal ever, break the rules in a future world where skin-on-skin contact is forbidden, and discover the art of getting off by phone sex. From mermaid sex, which I'm excited to read because I'll get a lot of answers, to historical passion to the first Latina U.S. president finding intimacy again after becoming a widow, this book has something for every reader, from happy endings to pure lust. The Best Women's Erotica of the Year, Volume 5 is available in print, ebook, and audiobook, and is on sale now wherever books are sold. You can find out more at bweoftheyear.com. So, without further ado, let's take a trip back to the Old West with this review of Beauty and the Bounty Hunter. But compared to like other guests I have, the fact that like you have had an experience is like reading something that talks about sex or like something that like one would like consider naughty, you know, that does give you like experience of just like reading something that like quote on like someone who, let's say, is a snotty tastemaker would say, "Oh my goodness."
And I think I had the experience of my friends and I are hooting and hollering, and then all of a sudden I stumble on something where I'm like, "Uh-oh, I guess I like this now."
Great. But isn't that wonderful? It's like you're discovering and exploring things.
So I've had powerful experiences from reading dirty books before.
Listen, we all have. Stephanie, are you included?
Okay, so Sassy magazine. I was a very precocious reader. I'm actually a little too young for Sassy.
I remember Sassy though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a millennial, not a Gen Xer, and I feel like that was in Gen X, like a smart lady Gen X magazine. But they were like, everyone should be reading Poppy Z. Bright, who wrote like vampire erotica, and 12-year-old me was like, okay, that's chill. That's not my thing. I discovered really early that vampire erotica is not for me. Otherwise, one of my roommates' moms wrote a romance novel, and I read it, and I was just like, I am not a snobby tastemaker. I watched every bad TV show there is and enjoyed them all, but I don't know if romance is my genre.
Right.
So
Sure. What is your genre?
oh, horror.
Yeah.
So that hit. So hints maybe the vampire erotica like did take hold somehow.
Sure.
Just not that way. I really love pretty much any horror book or movie, and I mean, I like to tell myself I like the good ones, but I like the bad ones too.
We all do. Like, there's something about like when people are like, "Oh, that's like a bad movie," or "That's like a bad book or TV show." It's like, well, someone's watching it. Like, it is reaching someone. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I do kind of have garbage taste, and I'm totally fine with that. I just don't think that this romance is my personal garbage taste.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, listen, we all love the taste of garbage, whatever taste that is.
Like a possum.
Yeah. This romance isn't the type of vermin that you would prefer to associate with.
Well, I'm just a different vermin. I'm like a raccoon.
Oh yeah. I mean, those are horrifying.
Or a bat.
A bat.
That's
Oh,
more in the horror.
yeah.
They carry disease.
Yeah. But like a cool, scary disease. Do you guys consider yourselves like in any sort of way romantic?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
If you don't believe in love, what's the point of living?
Oh my God. All these women who are listening right now just fell into a puddle of.
I mean, I'm realistic about it.
Yeah.
But I think you have to have some sort of dream.
What does like romance mean to you?
Surprise. Just
Aw.
being suddenly whirled out of the ordinary in a way you totally didn't expect, where everything is transformed. In my experience, it's, it is good drugs. Like what it does to your brain is along similar lines, where you can't eat or sleep, but every song sounds like the most amazing piece of music that you've ever heard, and you're suddenly connecting with all the people you run into on these much deeper levels because you've just been opened up in some way. That's the times when I've fallen in love when it turned out to be extremely ill-advised. The positive memories of it that I nevertheless take away are like really experiencing a spring in Chicago, or really bonding with some dude that I work with who I don't really have anything in common with, or just hearing a song and being totally blown away by it. That is facilitated by falling in love in a way that I haven't found anything. I mean, there are many songs of talked about the need for a drug that approximates that, and we will probably have one sooner or later. But
drug.
for now, I have to keep falling in love periodically because there's just nothing else quite the same.
Wow. That's so beautiful. So for you, like romance is like a state of being.
It's an altered state.
Yeah. It's a high. I really like that. Stephanie, do you think you're romantic? And like, what do you think of when I'm like romance?
Oh, like significantly less so than anything Emerson said. I like Sofia Coppola movies.
That's romantic.
I think that's as close as it gets.
There's something like poetic about it, you know?
It's that one like Aphex Twin kind of Philip Glass contemporary classical song, and floral print everything, and a certain, I don't know, kind of happy sadness. It's getting super stoned and going to Echo Park on just another perfect day in Los Angeles.
That's so you have an altered state too of like yeah. I mean, love it.
There are different roads up that mountain.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, there have to be.
I'm not gonna lie. Listening to you guys talk, I'm a little stoned right now.
It's LA.
Yeah,
you should be.
Listen. Okay, so the book we read is a Western genre.
That's right.
So you guys chose Western. What was about like Western that kind of like excited you?
Well, I actually kind of had a question because this is so not my genre. So, while it doesn't really, there's some, and we'll get into it. There's some medicinal kind of stuff in the book, right? But generally speaking, when I think of what it would be like to be alive in 1870, I think of this Alice Munro story that talks about this woman just getting her period in the middle of the summer and how fucking miserable.
Oh, you can say fucking.
Okay, great. So how fucking miserable that is. Just this sweat and just like menstruating and just everything. Like, it's bad. Like, hey ladies, we've all been there on like an August day or here October where you're just like, this is miserable. I am miserable. I can smell myself. Ugh, I hate this. Right? Okay, but like then it's 1870 and it's so much worse.
Yeah, and it's pretty much on the frontier. I would imagine everyone reeks at all times.
I mean, right?
Yeah.
And so we'll get there, but that made me wonder, okay, so we go back to the Old West. It's 1870, right? Is there also like going back to like the 13th century?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, if there's anything you can think of.
Oh my God, the smells. Okay.
Yeah, they do kind of like gloss over. You know, it's funny. I was like, I don't know how I would have lived without like paper towels. Like, could you imagine living in a world where like you have to wash every cloth that you, and I'm trying to do that now, like, you know, to be more environmentally friendly. And I'm always thinking like, people did this all the time and it takes up so much time.
And you have to like go to the stream or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what you have to do. We went to a baby shower the other day and just the most delightful couple. And they're trying to do like this is baby number 1 and I don't have children, so I don't know. But like they're trying to do like cloth diapers and like, oh, good luck. Yeah,
they'll scuttle that by the time the second one comes along.
I mean, maybe not, but like, yeah.
But people did that like in the Old West and in the 13th century. Like that was their like cleaning cloth diapers was just like brushing teeth, you know? Isn't that
which
like,
you
blows
didn't
my
get
mind.
to do because I don't think you had any, but that's chill too.
Yeah.
And no one talks about the dental work or lack thereof, which is fine. Okay. I feel that we all, well, I don't think what I'm saying is especially controversial, but I do think that what we consider attractive is very much informed by kind of like the mean, right? What do most people look like? That's what we basically find attractive, right? So maybe if no one has dental work, then like that's chill. But I just can't in 2020 imagine that.
We are getting into one of the major problems with suspension of disbelief in the case of Beauty and the Bounty Hunter.
Okay, there we go.
Not showering enough.
And the hair, just so much hair, which is fine. I'm not trying to be political, but just...
You get into like the reality. I like totally hear you. I feel that way with like zombie apocalypse movies of just like, how are they all shaving? You're like running for your life. And like, how are you like not getting blisters as you're running? And how does that not like ruin everything?
Yes.
Even though I love it.
So we kind of the book actually kind of confronts some of those hygiene issues. It's like a shout out to like Lister, right? Like the guy who figured out some, you know, how germs work.
Somewhat well researched in terms of the when they do medicine and some of the other realities of addiction and sanitation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This does not carry over into the descriptions of Alexei Romanov, who's always described as having impeccable hygiene.
I know.
Despite also accomplishing feats of daring do on a regular basis.
Totally. And like not having a house and modern showers.
And it's a little lame that they couldn't just say, he reeks of sweat because he just saved her life, and that's hot.
And
I mean, that is hot,
it
right?
is.
Yeah.
But the sweat could have been like, she could say, I should tell everyone what the book is about, but my point being, like the sweat is like, it could be a sweet smelling sweat. Like it's like not like real sweat. You know what I mean?
If there's I think that's indicative of some kind of health problem.
Yeah. The better your sweat smells, the more sick you are. Okay. So real quick. So we are reviewing Beauty and the Bounty Hunter by Laurie Austin. It is currently $2.99.
Laurie Austin is a side hustle, just incidentally.
Yes.
It's Laurie Handeman, who is much more well known for doing romance novels that aren't Westerns.
Yeah.
Which kind of speaks to how niche this is.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. And I love her last name's Austin. I'm like, what a great pen name. Anyway, okay, so the Western epic tells the story about the legendary bounty hunter Cat O'Banion, who once lived as Kathleen Chase, but is now focused on seeking vengeance for the murder of her husband. But soon her focus shifts when her former lover and trainer in the art of bounty hunting, Alexei Romanov, who doesn't smell bad, returns to her world. Returns to her world. His ambition wreaks havoc. That's funny, I said wreak. On her quest, and his six-pack abs wreaks havoc on her libido.
Ew.
Yeah, I mean, it's hot. Isn't it funny? It's funny how he has six-pack abs. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, you're like, riding a horse, like you don't get abs that way. You know?
he's a frontier con artist. I guess he probably has to run from his creditors.
Yeah. Okay. So I usually like to look at the cover of the book and analyze it a bit. Do you guys want to? I have it right here on my Kindle, or what is this? An iPad. If you guys want to take a look real quick and describe, if you want to describe it too.
Leg.
That's pretty much it.
A gun and a kind of long, flowy red dress.
Yeah.
And I guess that's Cat. And then Alexei is behind or sort of off bracing her, symbolic of his role as a mentor and trainer in the arts of con artistry and bounty hunting.
And that's cool and all, but one thing that we kept hearing about in the book that I don't feel is really adequately shown on this cover is just
her breasts.
Oh my
I'm sorry.
Fucking God, dude.
I
over
had,
and over
I
again.
know.
And then this is where the suspension of disbelief comes in, right? Supposedly this lady can get whatever ace bandage existed before ace bandages, right? And like tape them down and look like a boy. But then other times they are huge and hypnotic to the point that is all that is disgusting.
Her passing off as a boy is one of the least believable aspects.
Wait
of
a
the
minute,
book.
but he passes off as her, and I found that really unbelievable.
I think you just have to accept what I think Alexei is just magical.
True, yeah. But so yeah, I totally agree. Like if you are like large breasted in the fact that you have to like tape it down, like that's
If that's one of your
insanely painful.
And if you one of your defining characteristics is that whenever your breasts come out, the time just stops.
And even just the hint, though, right? Like, definitely when there's nipple and stuff, for sure, we see that from, like, page 2.
Yeah.
I actually think it's page 7. I marked it down.
Early on.
Yeah,
Early
no,
on.
it's like right away.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
They
she's
get right
breast.
into it.
Oh yeah, she's a breast gal. I love it.
Yeah. But then, like, I don't know. I just feel that even when there's still just the hint of cleavage is remarked upon as being hypnotic. And granted, I mean, this is also a time where I'm sure like a bare ankle was, not chill. But
I think there's some calf action in the.
there is some calf
somewhat.
filthy calf action.
Yeah, what a whore.
Well,
it's Kathleen Chase is AKA Kat O'Banion. Also, a.k.a. Sissy the whore, Betsy the barmaid, Dorothy the dance hall gal.
and we had to stop. So we were reading this out loud, and we had to stop when we got to that, when she's naming her alter egos, because I found them fucking hilarious. Including, I'm sorry, Betsy the good time gal? Was this?
Betsy the barmaid.
Yeah,
And Dorothy the dance hall
and then Meg
gal.
the mom.
I'm so sorry.
They're generally alliterative.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You're right. I'm so sorry. But yeah, no, it was just.
She's from Georgia. I guess her life was disrupted by the Civil War and the aftermath of that. She really hates everyone from St. Louis.
Okay, so here's my theory.
Okay, yeah.
So our wonderful author here, our esteemed author, like it's just I assume from St. Louis because like I hate my shithole hometown as well. Like many people who moved to Los Angeles. And I can just, because like it got to the point where we weren't really able to read it without saying something like, well, this dumb hick, because everything she had to say was so hateful. Like I assume she went to high school there and is just like kind of the way that I am from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Shout out to the worst place in America. But I'm pretty sure if I were writing this book and I would set it in Tulsa and talk about like these people the exact same way. I mean, just I can't. Do you
Just
have
a
like a good
revenge.
quote? Yeah.
Yeah, Kat's contempt for the little people makes her a little hard to relate to sometimes.
Yeah.
I think it's just part of the front that she has to put up. But yeah, but everyone in St. Louis is a mouth breather and is horny in the worst possible way, and she does not like them.
They're like cartoon villains. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like if like there was a Bugs Bunny cartoon that took place, like, and there was an episode that took place in the Old West, like they were all of the dum-dums that he's like trying to outsmart, you know?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say you guys are on the run. You need to like dress up as a persona. What would be your old West persona?
I've literally never thought about that before.
Yeah, I
Thank you for asking.
I kind of put you on the spot a little bit.
I'm fascinated by grifters in general.
Yeah.
I've always had aspirations of running a cult. I don't think I can. I'm also. I don't think I have that sort of commitment in me.
Yeah.
Like when things got bad, I don't know that I would be able to still get on the loudspeakers every day and tell people it's us against them. And
Yeah.
I might be looking for the fire escape by the time the ATF arrived.
Yeah.
Which I think means that I might lack the whatever it takes
The
to really
commitment
go all the way with that. But
What a shame. What a shame.
yeah, I don't. I did find Alexei really interesting because fascinated by grifters. I know that's kind of the last year was supposedly the year of the grift.
Yeah.
With Theranos and Firefest and all of that stuff in the news.
Yeah.
And a lot of what's going on in politics. So I liked the way that they set him up as this like the ultimate chameleon. Like it's, he can be anyone at any time, and that's how he survives. He's literally a snake oil salesman. He sells a product called Black Sea Solution, which I think he's using his Eastern European mystique. And the trick is that it doesn't work unless you use it on a moonless night.
Yeah.
So by the time you realize you've been had, he's out of there. Anyway, to answer your question.
Yeah.
Grifter or spiritual grifter of some kind sound like the most fun ways to do it.
Yeah, totally.
But I might just end up being a scribe of some kind. That's the thing that I actually been good at most of my life.
That's great. I think I would be like a nun.
Was there a lot of demand for that?
I don't know, if I was like on the run doing a bounty or whatever, and like I needed to pretend to be something, I'd be like Sister Dorothy or something.
Okay.
and then I would like capture the bounty that I was after.
Because they would never see it coming.
They would never see it coming. Plus, it's just the nun's habit seems so comfortable. Well, like the habit is the head thing, but whatever they wear as the dress, it seems like very comfortable.
Dressing for the Old West obviously causes a lot of problems for the characters.
Like her hoop dress seems, well, like she's smart. She like put on pants, but the amount of changing.
There are a lot of costume changes.
Yeah. Stephanie, what would you be?
Oh, God. I'm so sorry to tell you guys this. I have no imagination. Again, whenever I think of like what 1870, right? It's just dying in childbirth. It's just so fucking bleak. What would I do? You know what? Yeah, I got nothing. I'm so sorry. It's annoying.
Fine. I put you on the spot,
No,
but
no,
you would
it's
be
totally fine.
you would be dead in childbirth.
I mean, I would probably just like
you wouldn't have gotten to this point.
I mean,
where you
I
got
just
to choose.
I like boys too much. I think I would just die in childbirth. I just don't feel like you had a lot of options.
What if you had to pick either cop or mercenary? Which one would you take?
Holy shit. Well, that brings me to another point, which I just like felt like this book like definitely had an all cops are bastards vibe, and I'm into that. Mercenary, I guess.
Yeah, they don't trust the police.
No.
The main characters.
we don't talk to police. I guess mercenary. I've never. Yeah. I mean, hell, you get to see the world. Maybe you don't die in childbirth.
So you could have some kind of administrative role for
the mercenary.
for the bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I hope I would know how to read. Like,
Oh yeah.
That's
You
not
know,
a given.
it's not a given.
Especially for a woman in this
right.
time
But I
period.
feel like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty bright. I feel like I would have maybe pieced it together. I maybe overestimated my own abilities here, but like,
No, I think you are. Yeah.
like scribe, right?
I
Like,
think you would have been
or just
able
like
to figure
like
it
just
out.
a good accountant for I like math, and I don't know. I don't really like running or discomfort or horses. So maybe just the accountant sounds good.
The mercenary's accountant.
I'm
that.
super chill with that. Yes, that sounds
Grifters need good accountants.
great. Right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my god, you just like got a brand for yourself. Like you could start a new business.
I think that's still very much a job. So
I know. Well,
Yeah.
2 people got arrested in my neighborhood for it.
Shit, really?
It's so
So
crazy.
there's a
Yeah.
gap to fill.
Yeah, there is a
what
gap
I'm
to
hearing.
There's a power vacuum, it sounds
Yeah.
like, in
Yeah.
Frogtown.
two people. It was like a few months ago. They got they were like accountants for the mob, and their cover was they were insurance people, but they didn't really know what they were doing. Like they but like they knew that.
Wait, you mean they weren't CPAs?
Yeah, they were. They didn't know like what they were CPAs for. Like they knew they couldn't like say anything, but
they
knew. But they knew, but there was like stuff they didn't know exactly what they were doing the accounting for. Do you know what I mean?
Were they still doing a good job though?
Yeah,
I'm asking the wrong question, aren't I?
They were like doing a job and like getting paid. But you know how like sometimes the mob will like keep like specifics of like what their dealings are from different people, so they'll never be like entrapped or whatever.
Right.
Like I think
one person can rat them out.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think these two people.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like, I am not a CPA, nor am I in the mafia. But I've tried to do some forensic accounting where I didn't have access to all the documents, and you're just treading water. There's no reason. So there's your moment of seriousness to this.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what they were trying to do because this is just a waste of time.
Yeah.
Tell the mafia that.
One thing I found interesting about Alexei as a grifter heartthrob is they show him living this crazy life and changing identities at will and scamming the villagers and getting threesomes and
he's having fun.
they also give you his internal monologue, which is very melancholy.
He had a hard life.
Yeah, and he's obviously carries a torch for Kathleen, Kat, Sissy, Betsy, Dorothy.
Yeah, she has all the names.
Yeah, so I guess it raises the question of how much there is there with some con artists.
Yeah.
Like, do they have an internal monologue? And if they do, is it wounded and full of this kind of burning regret?
Yeah.
And is that something people want to believe to humanize them?
I mean, I think that one thing we saw, because there was so much about this book that I felt was really informed by modern sensibility, but I think that there is culturally, what am I trying to say? Very succinctly, the character Alexei keeps implying that life will be better if he attains or obtains Kathleen, Kat, whatever, right? And I feel that that is just something that women like to hear. I think that that's kind of the way we're raised, is that, you know, it's the flip side of like, oh, I like bad boys because I can change them. You know, here you have your con artist, who you know never says anything, I believe, like, oh, I'm gonna go straight if I could just get Kat O'Banion in my life, but definitely like it would be different. Things would be different. They would be better. I would change. The world would be better. And I just think that that is such a trope of romance, but also kind of like life.
I mean, that's why we read these books. You know what I mean? Like, there's something very empowering to like have this guy who is a grifter, is this con artist, and then suddenly they both get extremely vulnerable, with each other, and to like be the person that someone who will break down in front of you and will like get very vulnerable. Like, yeah, that definitely feeds a fantasy, and there's like something like empowering there too.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the same reason that like perhaps even though this isn't my genre, like I love like 50s and 60s girl group recordings, and it's the same thing. And then you see it with like a Sofia Coppola adaptation of that Jeffrey Eugenides novel, The Virgin Suicides, and it's just the same kind of trope done differently, and I found myself enjoying it perhaps a little more. I didn't think there was a great deal of subtlety or elegance here, but I don't think that there's subtlety or elegance in like a Ronette song. So it was interesting for me.
Yeah. Emerson, you came up with like a really good tagline. It was so good.
My tagline for Beauty and the Bounty Hunter A story of processing trauma on the American frontier, of the promise of constant self-reinvention, and of finding real love with someone who's as good at being fake as you are.
I mean, that defines the book. Like, that is what this book is about.
Yeah, like they're the best at this, and when they've joined forces, they're unstoppable. Either one has a lot of vulnerabilities without the other one around. So obviously, they're headed for this joint venture of con artistry, where they now have one person that they can be genuine with.
Yeah. So do you have a section that you want to read aloud? Is there a particular sexy part?
Wait, does it have to be sexy, or can it?
Oh my god! Oh, not sexy. Well, first of all, it's all sexy. Second of all, no, read whatever you want. Yeah.
Kat wanted to shriek and kick. Instead, she went still and quiet. She'd learned disguise from a master, and it involved not only the outer trappings, but also the spirit within. Kat O'Banion wouldn't panic at the brush of a man's thigh along hers. Kathleen Chase, on the other hand. Kat shuddered, deftly turning the quiver from fear to arousal with the almost undetectable addition of a moan. She wasn't stronger. She couldn't fight, not with fists, so she lifted her mouth and she placed it on his. She planned to take charge, to ensure he thought of nothing beyond this until the time he no longer thought at all. She failed miserably, as soft and gentle, his lips countered hers, slow and easy, as if he had eons of time to do anything that he wanted, and what he wanted was her.
I thought the writing was so poetic. You know what I mean? Like
it had its moments.
Yeah.
As long as we're here, one thing that came up when we were reading, and I just want to know if there's a consensus on this or if it's just me. You can say dick and cock, and that's pretty much it. You should not try to come up with other slang terms for a penis and use them in sex scenes. It tends to go really badly.
I mean, you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Of course. Yeah. But after reading some of these passages, I would like for us to stick with dick and cock.
You just want to stick with dick and cock. Okay. Yeah, that's a rule. Everyone listening. No manhood, no member, no length.
No.
No, none of it. Emerson's having none of it.
Also, I'm going to go ahead and ban throbbing, but that's just...
That shows up on page 3 for the first time.
I believe it does, yes.
Throbbing, so no throbbing. Yeah, throbbing manhood is a little, like, people, like, roll their eyes and, like, laugh at that. It's a little too much. But I thought, like, with this, that, like, when I first read, like, that scene, I was like, okay, now I know what I'm getting into. Like, she's, like, this isn't just, like... the erotica that I've read, you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay. Like, she's really trying to be, like, very poetic.
She's a professional and
totally
also really did her homework and giving you an idea of some of the realities of life on the frontier. Some of the Civil War revisionism stuff is weird as hell.
Wait, name an example. Like,
it's more like a general way in which, and I grew up in the South, so I was exposed to a lot of this early on where I was not, I would get different versions of what happened. Kathleen Kat believes in the lost cause of the South, or it's insinuated that I guess it's allegiance to Billy, her ghost husband who fought with the Grey Army.
Her late husband. It's not going to sound like she's having sex with a ghost.
Yes. There are 2 more books after this.
Yeah, sure. We don't know.
The plot is driven by her trying to avenge his death. But she also hasn't gotten the Civil War out of her system.
Right.
And Alexei seems to kind of go along with it at points in a way that is, I found a little off-putting considering the verisimilitude that Laurie Austin obviously applied to this.
Yeah.
Like, that was a weird choice.
Yeah.
I went to Robert E. Lee Elementary School, so I'm also a child of the South.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's weird that, and I don't know if it's because, you know, like Gone with the Wind is still considered such a romantic novel and such a romantic movie and everything. But yeah, the weird Southern, I feel like that comes up in, okay. And again, I've revealed myself to not be a fan of the genre, but I do feel that that comes up in romance novels a lot. This kind of, this ideal version of the Confederacy or the South. And that is weird as fuck.
Gone with the Wind must be Exhibit A for that.
I mean, I don't even, but like, I don't consider that movie romantic. Like,
oh, really?
No.
Oh.
They end.
I think I've revealed too much.
No. It's,
That's my fetish.
your fetish is that. Like,
I like it when dudes are mean to me.
They stay, like, they stay apart. They don't get together in the end. She's like, I mean, like, it has a triumphant end, but also it's racist. But like,
It's full of the Ashley is a
racist.
straight up Klansman.
yeah, it totally
Ashley
is.
sucks
Yeah.
though. But like, Rhett is like prudent, intelligent. Like she's kind of difficult, right? And I feel like the kind of like difficult women. And when you read the book, because I think we had to at some point, probably not at Robert E. Lee Elementary School, but not too far after. You know, Margaret Mitchell goes out of her way to be like, you know, she was striking but wasn't pretty, and that kind of like every woman language that you see a lot in other romance novels, including, you know, to a degree, Cata Bannion and her magnificent breasts. You know, so that whoever's reading along at home can kind of put themselves in there, right?
Right.
Like you don't have to be a 10 or whatever for men to just be wild about you, which is actually true. But
Yeah.
you know, nonetheless, I kind of get it, and I think that that's also a romantic trope. But
Absolutely,
I would
yeah.
argue that Gone with the Wind is definitely a romance, even though, yes, they don't end up together, but
I just think they're
know.
both pieces of shit. Like, I know, like,
You
they're
know,
both terrible
Anyway.
people, and I don't
in
care.
this book, we're not...
That's a good explanation for where that antebellum South stuff comes from.
Sure,
Because I think
yeah.
Gone with the Wind is a huge influence on all romance.
I mean, right?
anything.
I mean, okay, so in like the genre of romance right now, there has to be a happily ever after. They
Really?
don't- yeah, if they don't end up together, that's technically a tragedy. Now, that's not saying that what was I going to say? It's not saying that Gone with the Wind isn't a love story, that it's not a like romantic, but like, let's say that Margaret Mitchell wants to get Gone with the Wind published at Harlequin.
Okay.
She sends in the manuscript. Harlequin would be like, we only accept romances. Do you know what I mean? Like, but and it's like Romeo and Juliet isn't a it's a tragedy, you know, and it's like that's kind of maybe why I don't see Gone with the Wind as romantic.
I didn't know they were mutually exclusive. I would have assumed that there must be a school of romance literature where they don't get together.
That I think at one point maybe, like I think at one, like, because there was one point where like someone would have been like, well, Lolita is romantic, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me? That's disgusting. So I think like as like we keep progressing, you know, and learning what is right and what is wrong, I think maybe the definition of what is romantic changes, because it is like, I don't know, for me, like romance, there's an empowerment and there's a happiness to it, as opposed to like a romantic tragedy where it is like you lose something and you're better for it, but you also like there's this like very despondent, melancholy know,
Beauty and the
bookends.
Bounty Hunter does have a good pro-consent.
Yes, in fact,
I loved that.
Really, that took me out of it immediately. I'm like, I'm sorry. No, not revealing too much there. But no, I honestly cannot imagine. And this is actually the part I was going to shoestring because I did like it, but it was just like this conversation didn't happen in 1870. It just didn't. It's chill, but it didn't happen. She's a whore. The fellow managed to twist from his back to his knees, wincing as he got to his feet. What's the difference? He's just tried to like rape a young woman in the alley. Consent, Kat snapped. You know what that means? From the crease in his brow, he didn't, because everyone from St. Louis is an idiot. She agrees, you pay her. It's a business arrangement. Forcing her in an alley, they call that rape. But she's a whore, he repeated. He'd never understand, and most lawmen wouldn't either. There was no point hauling his ass into jail. Not that she'd planned to. Alexei had his rules, and Kat had hers. Anyway, chill, good, love it. That conversation wouldn't happen in 1870.
No, but that's the point. Like, people love West. Like, we love. Like, I want to read two hot people having sex in the Old West, but I also don't want to see rape and you know what I mean?
Totally.
And so it's like, cool. I want that. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I totally get the first part, right? Like, don't bring rape into my romance novel. I'm good with that. But just like, I don't know, man. No, just that would never have, that concept wasn't there.
It's a little bit like an after school.
Yeah, it's like suddenly if they also have like remote controls and are on their phones or something, like it struck me as being like that. Nah, it was anachronistic.
It broke your reverie of
shut the fuck up.
The unforgiving life of the Old West.
But that said, I do appreciate it, and I'm glad that it's there. It's just like. No.
So do you think that like there's no woman in the past would ever have stood up for themselves in a moment like this?
I absolutely think that they did. I absolutely, completely. I come from like a long line of difficult women. But I don't think that nuanced conversation about what consent means would have been top of mind or really an accessible way of thinking. The choice of words was certainly there.
Oh, of course.
But,
yeah.
But the way of thinking about these things, God, maybe, what if I'm secretly the author of this book? No one in St. Louis would know that. These dumb hicks don't know what consent is. But no, I just think that is a conversation that we're seeing play out today that is still very nuanced.
Sure.
Perhaps unnecessarily so, frankly. But I just don't see that would have happened in this time period.
Right.
So,
but do you think that like the notion of whether or not they had the words of, even though Me Too didn't exist,
right.
Like, do you think the notion of a woman having autonomy over her own body, not that it wasn't talked about, but was it ever, do you think it ever, I don't know, like, do you think it was ever like, you know, talked about or thought about?
I don't really know. Yeah,
right.
I don't, this is not my educational background, and we weren't there.
Of course.
But I hope so. And I know that maybe kind of in a black and white way, I think anyone who's able to access stories from their grandmas or perhaps their great grandmas, if they were very lucky, which was not in 1870, but you know what I'm saying. It was a time in the past. There were good men and there were bad men, and that was. But I think maybe that's kind of as nuanced as it got. And I think we only have to look to another favorite genre, true crime, for me, to know that indeed Kat is correct. The law, as it were, has never taken the violence against sex workers seriously.
Right.
But to
this day.
this day.
For sure.
But I'm not entirely sure that conversation would have even been had in 1870.
Of
I
course,
think that
yeah.
to a degree, until very recently, and still parts of America and et cetera, what happens to you is something you deserve should you make a few wrong choices.
Yeah. People still play. I hear what you're saying. Yeah, people still place blame on whoever was based on like the decisions that they made and the lifestyle that they chose. And I
you
definitely
can see it in rape trials. You can see it, and it's. I think it is getting better. I hope it's getting better.
Oh, did you hear that interview with Harvey Weinstein's lawyer?
Oh, fucking shit! No,
don't.
God damn
it's
it.
Very.
I'm sure.
Yeah. She basically says I would never put myself in that. Like, women put themselves in that situation.
Fuck.
Well, bully
like
for you.
Yeah.
That's not really what we're talking about.
No. Yeah.
Anyway, so to get back to this wonderful kind of lighter romance novel. Well, definitely lighter than this conversation.
Yeah.
I would also just say,
yeah.
I think autonomy has always been one of the better parts of the American dream. And I could see someone with a frontier spirit running into a situation like this and realizing the moral imperative.
Totally. Yeah. And I think that's what I appreciated about that scene. It was a nod to I don't know. It's kind of like when people do a Shakespeare play and they try to modernize it and they'll adjust some of the dialogue to wink at the audience and be like, I don't really believe that women are shrews or something. You know what I mean?
I was at a 8th grade production of Romeo and Juliet. I was Mercutio, but in the tone of Bill and Ted. All of my dialogue was, dude.
That's amazing.
You got to get over Juliet, man.
That's great. I love it.
I'm glad that you guys were able to go wide with it and kind of talk about that pioneer spirit, because I think that is what makes the book fun.
Oh my God, absolutely. Yeah. Wait, I think I have a part. Oh, okay. There was this one part I wanted to read. It wasn't really. Oh, okay. I really like this part. Okay. So when there's a part where they have this thing where Alexei and what's her face, Kat, would sleep together, and then one would leave, and they couldn't commit. So that had happened, and they slept together. They had a really really pleasant thing where they were both playing their characters, but they had a very real love scene. She leaves next day. She steals his guns, which are unloaded. And she gets shot. He catches up with her, and they go to this doctor named Ethan. And as he's fixing her or whatever, he's Alexei's standing over her, and so basically she's just he mentions her guns, and Kat is like, I stole them, Alexei. I deserved whatever I got. And then he goes, Angel Mianach, he murmured.
He calls her, he has nicknames for women that are all in various languages.
You didn't deserve this. She wasn't going to argue. She knew what she deserved. What does that mean? She asked. He interrupted before she could finish. Idiot and moron, he said. Kat's lips twitched. He lied. The doctor had returned. Ethan Walsh possessed inky black hair that curled long against his neck, as if he'd forgotten or perhaps not cared enough to cut it. He seemed pale, despite his olive skin, and his gray eyes sparkled, though not with humor or happiness. There was something familiar about them, but her head ached too much to decipher what. If you've been in his presence for more than a minute, Dr. Walsh lifted a brow, conscious, then you know about his forked tongue already. I like his tongue just fine, Kat said. Most women do. She experienced a sudden urge to punch him. If he hadn't been juggling several sharp instruments with a bottle of acid, and if she hadn't feared that sitting up would only cause her to fall down, Kat might have. Angel Mianach, whatever, doesn't mean idiot or moron, the doctor continued. Kat glanced at Alexei. His lips curved, but his eyes had gone flat and deadly. When he looked at most men like that, they went silent. The doctor kept right on talking. It means angel mine. He set his instruments and the acid on a nearby empty table, then turned. He obviously likes your tongue, too.
Aw.
That's so sweet. I loved that. It was so sweet.
Should we talk about Ethan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Ethan's a doctor.
He's a healer who is probably needs to heal himself.
Yeah, beautiful tagline for that character. I thought that was interesting because like Ethan, and then Mikhail,
The big henchman.
the big henchman, they met at Castle Thunder prison, right? In Richmond, which was a real place. Terrible prison. That was barbaric. They met there. They escaped, right? Am I saying this right? Yeah.
It's complicated, but yeah,
Yes.
I think that's close enough.
Such a complicated thing.
They were bonded in this like friendship forged in the flames of this awful environment.
Yeah.
And Mikhail is loyal to Alexei to the bitter end and kind of his odd job. And he and Ethan have a more fraught relationship.
Yeah. But there's like, we can spoil it by the way. But there's like a complicated thing. Alexei had shot Mikhail in jail when he went by Mikey. And now Mikhail/Mikey doesn't have any memory before that and doesn't know that Ethan is his brother. Right? Am I right? I get that right?
Close enough.
Okay,
yeah.
great. How did you guys feel about that plot line?
I had a little trouble following it.
As you could tell,
Which
I did
was
too.
fine. I think I got the gist that this is a very complex fraternal relationship, and one of the many heavy things that was following these characters around.
Yeah. Okay. What was your guys' favorite scene in the book?
Well, I think that the breasts need their own theme music.
They do.
If there's ever a movie, I think they should have like the Audrey Horne music from Twin Peaks should come on. I enjoyed the line, he was definitely smiling with more than his mouth.
I don't know what that means, but I like it.
The where she's wounded and he's having it out with Ethan was like genuinely moving. I had trouble figuring out everything that was going on, but that's when. And Alexei's a good character, but because he's so because he's a con artist, they can take their time unspooling his character and letting you get to know him. And a lot of that was delivered in that scene where he and Ethan are kind of in this really difficult situation where he is vulnerable and Kat is injured, and Ethan's addiction comes to the fore, and everything gets really messy.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah. I just like that they both came in, they both had their traumas and they were able to like be there for each other
as well as they could
to deal with their traumas. Okay, what was your favorite part of the book?
Just kind of liked it when Alexei was being a big man hoe.
Yeah, that was fun.
The tent three-ways.
I mean,
he sleeps around a lot.
And how she's just like, I don't even care, but you do. She did. She totally cared. She cared from page one, and she kept trying to play it off. And I know that is just another like romance trope, right? But I liked it. So.
Of course, yeah, it was great. She tamed him. It was so hot.
I don't even care, but you do.
Like the guy, guy who's living the life of like the EDM DJ on tour really wants you.
Yeah, I'm too old for EDM, but yeah, all right, sure. We can update it that way.
Okay, and then did you guys have a favorite sex scene?
Anything where no one says pecker is just
That's your favorite.
A-okay. I never.
Fair enough.
That was a hard pass for me.
Takes you out of it. So Pecker is added to the list of things we can't say.
It could, in fact, top that list.
It's top of the list
for me.
I hear you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be narrow-minded though. I feel really bad, but like if you can't say it in like 2020 sexting, like don't say it in a romance novel. Maybe.
Listen,
I don't know.
There could be someone fucking right now.
Thank you.
And being like, do you like my pecker? And she's like, call it pecker louder. And then they're having their best lives. We don't know what's going on.
You are totally right. I need to be more open-minded. But like, if you guys could see me, I'm just like kneading my forehead. Like, no, don't.
It's I hear you. Pecker, I think of like a Woody Woodpecker, and that's would take me out of it too. I hear you.
It's like an annoying fourth grader.
Yeah, Pecker. Pecker is constantly eating his boogers.
That works surprisingly well. If there is not a child named Pecker, good. But if there is, he is like totally eating his boogers.
Yeah, Pecker's a booger eater.
He totally would be.
Okay, so your favorite sex scene was anything that didn't have Pecker in it? Precisely. Sure, your Peckerless sex scene.
Thank you.
I hear you. Okay, did you have a favorite sex scene?
I don't think we can leave without mentioning the opening sequence where Sissy the whore is about to get over on this mouth breather who
Clyde, right?
Clyde, yes.
Clyde.
And that's when Alexei makes his entrance, and it's elaborately choreographed. It's like ballet, the way that they describe it. And there's a close to a makeout, I think, and with a little bit of lip on lip action. She does not know who he is.
It's so crazy.
And this is her mentor. They fucked repeatedly before this happens. Still, he's so smooth that he's able to only reveal himself when the time comes.
Right.
So not exactly a sex scene, but worthy of comment because of how madcap it is.
Totally. I mean, it really... Yeah, I guess by sex scene I meant like, sultry scene, titillating scene. But that I thought was up there because it like that kind of got me in the headspace of like, she's loving this. They have a connection, and it's so bonkers the way they remember each other. I'm like, yep, now I know what I'm in for.
Yeah, it sets things up pretty
It definitely does. I mean, I thought that, the scene where she's Meg the mom or whatever, Meg and Jed, and they have sex when she's like pregnant, wearing a fake pregnant belly, and they were real with each other for the first time.
That was sweet.
It was very sweet. And then in the end, the happily ever... all books have a happily ever after, as we know.
Which I know that now. I didn't know that before.
They all
I thought
do.
that was just a value add with this book.
No, but I will say with this, though, there's a lot of like romance novels that will like end with someone getting pregnant, and it's like kind of like this rote of like, yeah, I guess having a baby at the end is like a happily ever after. We all think that way. But with this, I thought it was earned because she did want to be a mother. And so when she finds out that she's pregnant, I was like, it didn't feel as random, which I really liked.
Yeah, that's what she wanted with Billy, and that's kind of completed the circle.
Yeah, totally. All right. Do you guys have any final thoughts on Beauty and the Bounty Hunter?
Thank you for letting us read this.
Of course, this was
really
fun.
don't think I would have found it otherwise, and I didn't hate it.
Oh, yay! That's really great. Great. Yeah, I thought it was a fun, wild romp. I love when the two lovers are trying to escape each other, but they can't.
And the writing was better than I thought it would be.
Good,
like honestly,
yeah.
there was alliteration there.
You love the alliteration.
There was some alliteration. It felt very, like Iowa Writers Workshop if those people weren't the worst people in America. So
Great. Good to know.
I concurred. I read this with Stephanie, and we had a lot of fun.
That's great. That's the most important thing, as long as you guys are having fun. Do you guys have anything you want to promote? Twitter, projects, stuff?
I'm at Emerson Dameron on Twitter. I don't use it very much, but I do talk about the many live storytelling shows that I do, mostly around Los Angeles.
I have to say, Emerson, you're one of my favorite storytellers.
Oh, shucks.
I'm serious. Like because we took a class together, and
That's
the second
right.
you went on stage, I was like, oh my God, like he's like stands above everyone else. So seriously, if you ever see his name on a storytelling lineup,
You gotta go.
Gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta see.
I'm really hyping you up.
I'm the real deal. I've done Risk and Choose Your Own Religion and Right Club LA and a bunch of smaller shows. So check me out on Twitter. I also write and occasionally do stand up. Not intentionally, but sometimes I just get sucked into it.
He's just gonna start standing up and doing. You're holding a microphone right now, and suddenly I'm hearing jokes. Stephanie, anything?
I am going to plug my favorite charity.
Okay.
Feel free to edit this out
Of course.
if it's not appropriate.
No, it's very appropriate.
My favorite charity is called RAP, Women's Reproductive Rights Assistance Project. And it is a small but very mighty, because it is actually the biggest in the country, and it still doesn't do as much as it could, but it's a private abortion fund. And all they do is raise money and give it back out to let poor women, especially young women, pay for their procedures, because Medicaid often doesn't. And oftentimes you don't qualify for Medicaid, even if you're real poor. So that is what they do. And it is awesome. And everyone should go and donate. Give $5, give $500, give $5,000.
Can you tell us where we can find it?
Yeah, it is WRRAP.org. It is totally Googleable. It is on Insta, which is where I follow them. I believe they have a Facebook presence. They are easy to find, and they also do some fundraising around Los Angeles. But unfortunately, I don't think I have anything directly to plug for them. But give them money, help women.
Great. Yeah, I will share that on the website and on our Twitter too, so people can find it. Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much. This was delightful.
Yeah, thanks, Becky.
Too Stupid to Live is part of the Frolic Podcast Network. For more podcasts you'll love, visit frolic.media/podcasts. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great rest of your day.